The Commissioner for Education, Lagos State, Mrs. Adefisayo Folashade, other invited guest speaker, panelist, the moderator, of course the organizer of the program, my colleagues present online here, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olasukom Yokwaifa, as you have all known, and I believe an introduction of me must have been done. So I will quickly move on now to what I have on my plate, my responsibility here. Now, interestingly, when you invite a teacher to be a keynote speaker, you may turn the podium to a classroom. So don't be surprised that in the process of giving my speech, in the process of reading my speech at the same time, I may delve into some aspects of teaching. I mean, it's possible. I won't be in control of that one if I feel like asking you a question or doing it in a pedagogical way. All right, the responsibility in front of me is both tasking at the same time simple. We are looking at education that matters. So join me as I deliver this. Many years ago, as an undergraduate, I woke up in the middle of the night and I found these thoughts on my mind. Now, the thought of my future, of course. Behind me, I heard a voice saying, "Do not go the traditional way." Yes, I was thinking that yes, I'm supposed to be a teacher. I just want to be a teacher. And I was thinking, how should I do this? And that came. In everything you are going to do, just be sure you don't go the traditional way. Now, when I saw the theme of this summit, I immediately remembered this incident. And interestingly, I got better clarity about what the voice said. Now, what the voice said could just be rephrased in 4 words. The voice must have said in another parlance, in another expression, that offer education that matters. Now, interestingly, that was futuristic for me then, and I'm glad to announce today that the future that I was encouraged about then is here. The future has come, and the future is now. I love the way the future that we struggled to welcome grabbed us suddenly. We got plunged into the new era at the end of a century, of course 2020, a historical year for that matter. Everything in the world felt the impact of this great year. And here we arrived at the shore of a new world, a new era, the post-COVID era. We needed to accept the change, but the change grabbed us. Every sector is now on the edge of remaining relevant. Education as an industry, you'll agree with me, is not left out. Rather, we are at the center of it all. So to remain relevant, we need to consider the semantics of this theme, not as a cliche, but as a call to action. In this speech, I would like to share what education that matters means to me. And I hope at the end of this voyage together, we will be encouraged to keep adding more fuel to our passion, change our course to be more relevant, or wake up to join the army of change makers in the industry. Education that matters to me first goes in the line of the general theme of 2023 International Day of Education: to invest in people, prioritize education. Education must be practically seen as an investment. Where we are today as a society is as a result of the investments we made in education yesteryears. Education that matters is the education that sows the seed of relevant curriculum, conducive environment, motivated teachers. It produces out-of-the-box thinkers, and above all, it has smart goals towards specific achievement. Education is not education if it's not seen as an investment in the people. Similarly, education that matters is a goal-oriented education. How quick did we forget what we learned in school? It was loud and even deafening back in school then that education is meant to meet the need of the society. Unfortunately, most African countries, if not all, cannot be said to have SMART goals. I wonder if there is anything called national goals and how we drive our education towards this. Excuse me, I am not talking about free and egalitarian society or all the cliche of ambiguity that we see in our national books. Personally, I get confused as a teacher when I enter the classroom and I cannot really tell the student the essence of what I am teaching. Talk about the essence based as related to our country, or what type of Nigerian I am trying to build in them. Let me put flesh to what I'm talking about. Imagine as a country we have a 10 to 15 year goal to make this country the best entertaining country in the world. Of course we are. You can check TikTok and everything we do with Nollywood and our film industry and our music industry anyway. Imagine we have that goal and we want to achieve that as a country. All we just need to do is to make sure that our physics teacher is teaching the physics of sounds and waves and everything in the direction of what will make us a great entertaining country. The accounting, commerce, and mention them, are teaching our students to become sound business people in the aspect of entertainment. You can talk about the humanities students. They are carrying out these things practically. You can imagine what Nigeria will turn to in the next 15 years. How we are going to produce better than Burna Boy, better than Wizkid, and the type of investment we are going to attract to our country in the film and movie industry. May I say, education that matters fulfills the need of society, and it is high time we drew our goals and make it need-based. In the same vein, education that matters is discovery-based. You will agree with me that Nigerians, nay Africans, are highly talented in sciences and in arts. Can we just focus on nurturing the talent in our classrooms? It is painful that many would study A in the university and end up becoming D, because what they study is not the same thing as their talent. We have examples in Fast. Of course, you know Fast, the bad guy or the bad boy. He will have wasted his life putting on gowns as a lawyer. You know the Funke Akindele of this world. I believe she will have been frustrated shouting "My Lord," even though she discovered herself. How much transformation would we have impacted into people like Portable, Ashake, if we have nurtured them positively in our classrooms? The best investment we can make is to make this young generation discover who they are and to nurture their talent right from the classroom in the right direction. An example came to my mind now. The girl Success, you remember her, that was flogged out of the classroom thanks to Mark Angel, that is maximizing her gift now. Education that matters is an investment in the people, and no better investment than helping a man to discover his true self. Education that matters speaks the language of the people. It has been said that technology is the language of the 21st century. Hey, it is important we know that being tech savvy as a teacher is more than Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, even Google. It's a dawn of a new day. It is AI o'clock. Your tech skill is now judged based on how best you can use AI and simulations to offer education that matters. True, artificial intelligence may not replace teachers, but teachers that use artificial intelligence will surely replace those who do not. The workplace is changing. How are you preparing your students for this? I hope you got the message. If you don't get it, forget about it. May I also define education that matters as the education that is fun-based. I hope you know that it is not worth learning if it is not fun. It has been proven scientifically that literal learning goes in one path of the brain to another, just on a symmetry line. However, when you add fun, like gamification, storytelling, music, and the likes, to learning, it connects all the parts of the brain and makes it a holistic participatory activity. You can imagine the cerebrum connecting with the hippocampus, to cerebellum, to the medulla oblongata, to the olfactory lobe, and all these parts will also bear witness anytime there is need to recall the knowledge. Last year, I remember that there was an exhibition in Lagos State on edutainment. I mean, that is education that matters. Edutainment as a way of giving you personalized learning. To offer education that matters, you must move from being an educator to being an edutainer. Education that matters is the type of education that motivates its teachers. It is time diligent teachers, critical thinking ones, creative ones at the same time, got their rewards from our classroom. Show me a society that celebrates its teachers. Then I will show you a society that is offering education that matters. History will never forget Lagos State for encouraging teachers every year. Ogun State is also not left out. Well, kudos to federal government of Nigeria and even Ghana. Several private organizations too, like Nigerian Breweries, are doing the same thing. Talk about the Global Teacher Prize too, they are there. We need more. Talk about our salary, we need to increase this. Africa, we need to encourage our teachers so that we can attract best brains into our classrooms. In conclusion, if education that matters is an investment in the people, then who is responsible? Administrators and policymakers need to go back to the drawing board. They need to give us national goals, or at best regional goals, and design our curriculum towards these goals. Teachers also need to self-equip themselves and accept that everything rises and falls on the quality of teachers we have in our country. Parents also need not to abdicate their responsibilities. They need to hold policymakers and teachers alike accountable to their responsibilities. May I quickly at this point, as I round off, appreciate the initiator of this program, Ms. Adora Igunma. Thank you for standing out all the time. Thank you for remaining an advocate of quality education. Your tireless effort is recognized and is celebrated and appreciated. And to all my colleagues in the house, thank you for being teachers. You are highly celebrated. Happy International Day of Education. Thank you.